Okay then. Welcome back to session 10 of group 6.
Yes, it's 10.
Yeah, it's 10 this time. I'm correct, right? Last time I was not correct. Okay,
Yeah.
session 10 of group 6.
What are the numbers, Mason? What
Tonight,
are the numbers?
we have 3 new guests joining us, Dark Reaper, Chieko, and Phantasmic. They'll be playing characters and introduced during the game itself. But a small recap of the last session, so everybody are kind of on the same note. Last time, you were in the city of Arabel. You came there after you escorted Scotty Littleshin and his son Shlomo from Zambia to Arabel. You stayed in the city, you shopped there, and you've been received a quest by the Queen of Cormyr, the Duchess of the Pact, which is basically, what's it called? Baldur's Gate, and the Emperor, Trumpus Donaldember of Neverwinter. To join them on a journey to heaven, or at least a small part of it, speak to the angels and seek their assistance of the new rising tide of the winged cult, has been seeing a lot in Zambia. During that time, you have spoken to several angels. Steve also appeared during the conversation and said a few words and disappeared. And you have been attacked by the Red Wing cult and their counterparts. You've seen a lichen-type person jump on an angel and kill it with a couple of strikes. And during that time, you have escaped after Trumpus Donaldember raised a golden wall to defend you from while you escaped. As you came back to the city, you've talked to Lady Brightmere. She reassured you, is everything okay? You haven't received yet your payment for this act, as far as I know, so don't forget that. And right now, you are residing within the walls of the Cormyr Castle after a long night's sleep. You try to rest your weary heads from what you saw, what you heard, and what your companions told you. You are now within the city, within the castle, at your rooms.
Long rest?
You had a long rest, even longer than needed. You had about 11 hours of sleep. You're well rested, and you're up. It's about early morning. You can hear footsteps outside as they walk around in the chambers. You are now awake. Somebody jumped somewhere and I fucking lost it.
I wake up with a sudden realization and say, Tiger! Then I look to the side and wonder, what is Cal doing in my room?
Wait, what?
The best response so far.
I didn't put myself there. I don't remember, honestly.
Obviously, you guys
Where
had
am
a
I
long
supposed to be
night.
looking?
I'll show it over here, where the group is at.
Just whatever you do, don't tell Emiria.
I just nod.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and sneak out the room before anyone else.
Roll stealth.
It's fine, as long as nobody's awake.
Oh.
I'm assuming, yeah, it's no one else is awake. I mean, what time is this? Is this?
This is early morning.
Okay, early morning's good.
Sun is
Well,
rising.
I'm quite an early bird. Well, hi, Cal.
Why do you follow me? Morning.
Good morning, honey.
Morning, dearest.
So, feeling a bit leaning towards the male side of things last night, were you?
What do you mean?
I just noticed you came out of Devon's room.
Really? I mean, you're just like omniscient. You
I'm a
just
monk,
suddenly
and
know.
I can hear footsteps, and I know which ones are yours. Well, I hope you had fun.
I stumble out of the room.
Morning, Devon.
Tiger.
No, his nails aren't that sharp.
No, not him. The separate beds, goddammit.
Oh, Why are you gabbling about Tiger?
Where is that freaky warlock? I'm gonna get some wine.
Okay. Anybody else does anything?
I guess my character wakes up and walks out. Good morning.
Morning. How are you doing, Deshan? Good sleep?
Yeah, it's refreshing.
Good.
I'm gonna go for breakfast.
Yeah, I'll join you. Hey, did you hear? Kel and Devon, they slept together last night.
I swear to God. I will kill you in your sleep.
Is your marriage in great despair now?
Well, I mean, technically, I didn't marry him. I mean, legally, we're
Technically, you
married,
did.
but we
Yeah.
didn't have a
I think
ceremony.
you find that's what technically means. But,
Adrian, you doing anything?
I'm still asleep.
Are you still asleep? Okay.
I wish I was.
Yes, I'm a night owl.
As the Sean enters the room, I just frantically glare at him.
As you guys kind of enter, also Terry is there somewhere.
Terry wakes up like underneath the
Slowly.
brush or
Hey,
something.
Terry,
Is
you
Terry
wake
allowed-
up. Terry,
Is
you
Terry allowed inside yet?
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he slept in one of the rooms last
Okay.
night. Terry, as you walk in, you have the eerie feeling, as everybody stares at you from your group, that something happened when you were knocked out during the last day. You feel kind of wet, a bit smelly, and your sword has a bit of splinters on it. Can't remember why though.
Surely he feels like that every day. He's a half orc.
Don't be
More
racist,
than usual.
honey.
Yeah, that's
It's
okay.
not racist when it's true.
How do you know? You're not a half orc.
But I can smell you from here.
As you guys are sitting
It's
along
like
during the
saying
table,
elves are vegans.
elves are human eaters. No.
Not in this
Wrong-
world.
wrong
unfortunately.
game.
Wrong game, yeah. As you guys sit around the table and eat and drink whatever is on the table, you know that the drill here is pretty much free. You can eat and drink. You have the bread, the wine, not so very good, the ale. You can hear a semi-heated conversation coming from this table here with a quartermaster. A certain gentleman clad in a grayish-brown cloak and kind of a wrecked armor stands in front of the quartermaster, trying to persuade him to do something with its sword. The quartermaster does not seem to be appealed by it. Marcus, the quartermaster does not want to help you in your task. What do you do?
I understand, sir, if you cannot help me repair my blade. However, a man in your position certainly could point me in the right direction. I am willing to reward such behavior.
Look, I have told you once, I'll tell you again. I can take the sword and repair it, though it will not be as high quality as you ask. What you ask of the task is kind of impossible. Keeping the jewels and the blade on the same balance, it needs to be made by something more of an either elvish blacksmith or a crude orcish brute. It is your choice.
I think I made my choice quite clear, and as I said, if you cannot do it, all I ask for it is maybe you can give me some direction to somebody who can help me with this. If you're not capable of that, then I wonder what you're even doing here.
I'm repairing the swords and armor of my soldiers. They don't need to require such fancy gears. So I don't know anybody that can help you with such a task. You might need to look around either Zambia or even Neverwinter itself.
Well, if that's what it's going to be, I'll wish you a pleasant day.
Good day.
And with that, Marcus backs off a little and he looks around in the room. Just curious who's there. Perhaps a bit of remembrance?
Being that I love ruckus, I was looking over Tishan's shoulder and listening.
I was interested in getting a new sword as myself, so I was listening to.
And just glaring at.
I'm still just processing whatever the hell went on, and just sort of looking confused at everyone.
I'm slightly lost on who's looking where.
They
I'm
are
assuming
looking at.
Dervon is looking at my character.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will learn the names. Look at the name below. It says Dervon. It's hockey. You don't know who the character is yet, but you will learn it eventually. It's kind of confusing still, but you'll get it.
Deshan looks back at Dervon, I guess.
Is there a problem? No. We will talk later.
Deshan nods and continues eating his breakfast.
Is it raw meat?
I don't think it's like a specialty of this kitchen to deliver raw meat onto the table.
Mostly bread and cheese. Soldiers.
So yeah, no.
At this point, Emiria will shout over to the sword guy. Hey, sword guy, come over here for a minute.
Arcing an eyebrow, Marcus decides to walk over, but his hand rests comfortably near the hilt of his blade.
Emiria says, "That's not any good if it's broken, is it? I heard your conversation."
That's Emiria, by the way.
Right.
So you need someone else to repair it, right?
Yes, I require a blacksmith of a certain skill set to be able to repair this particular blade. While it is not fully broken, as you would say, it does certainly require attention.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's someone in town that can fix it. I think we've met a dwarven blacksmith before. Although he said elven, didn't he?
I do not mind the origin of the smith in question, as long as they're capable of repairing this blade back to its original condition.
Emiria turns to everyone else. Guys, what are we doing today anyway? Does anyone want a trip into town?
We need to collect our reward for the escort mission.
Oh, yeah.
After that, yeah, we should probably go out to town.
You also remember that Lady Brightmere, as before sending you to your rooms, like a good mother she is, told you that she would like to have a chat with you whenever you can.
Tell you what, sword guy. The people in here, they're kind of friends of ours. I'll tell them to give you some breakfast or whatever. We're gonna go and talk to this lady first, and if you like, you can tag along with us to town. We'll show you to the blacksmith for a price.
I
like the delay. For a price.
For a price.
I look to Deshan. The reward? What happened? What have I missed?
We ascended into the heavens and fought some demons, escorting these nobles, and now we're here again.
Oh.
We tried to wake you. Yeah, you were unconscious for some reason. I don't know where you went. We didn't see you yesterday.
So
we really tried to wake you.
So word nobles is mentioned. A brief flash of anger appears in Marcus's eyes, and briefly disappears again.
Terry,
yeah.
Please roll a wisdom check.
Okay. I'm so great at these. Unskilled wisdom, yeah.
What?
Unskilled wisdom.
Yeah, unskilled.
Yeah. Unskilled wisdom.
Shit, I wish I had the real life Dragonborn trait right now.
17.
You do kind of try to concentrate to remember anything from yesterday, and a few flashes appear in front of you as you see a face. You can't really tell what face it is, doing all kinds of magic tricks in front of you. And you also remember you swinging your sword at an invisible foe, sticking into your bed, and an unfortunate flash of hot wetness within your bed as well.
Do I have any association with that, like being involving the party, or was that just flashes of?
You don't
shit
remember.
happening?
You remember you've been in a room on a comfortable bed, and you walk up in the tent outside. A few flashes of the throne room at night, kind of all those in your head, and you remember some kind of somebody sticking a knife into some noble woman, but you didn't really care. You just fell asleep. It's the kind of flashes of things you don't know if they're real or not.
Okay, now even more confused, I back away from the table.
What? Did you see something magical?
I sodding glare at Dervon and go to draw the katana.
Well, I have bigger concerns. And I just slid an eye towards Deshaun.
At this point, I think Deshaun has finished his breakfast. He stands up.
We should go to Lady Brightmere to collect our reward.
That she's the one who's giving it to us, right?
Yes.
Mr. DM?
Yeah. She is. We'll need to find her, but she is, yes.
I mean, my character Deshaun just walks towards the courtroom.
I follow, and I also grab a jug of wine. Or a flask of wine, if there is.
There are some flasks, yes.
Yeah, I grab
I'm
one.
going to follow as well.
Do I see her around?
Yep.
I just chug
as you enter the throne room, you can see several people. The throne room is very active today. A lot of guards from the Glorious Sons are walking around. To your left, you can see familiar faces of two mercenaries that you met yesterday. The Minotaur and the guy with the large sword. They're discussing something. You can't really hear what it is. As the Minotaur sees you, he kind of nods his head as a hello. In the far end of the room, you can see the Queen standing with her honored guard, talking to a certain knight in not in shining armor.
Okay, and Deshaun nods at the Minotaur and keeps walking towards the Queen because she's probably the one who knows where Lady Brightmere is.
I'm just gonna gesture with my bottle towards the Minotaur while still looking at Deshaun.
He raises his weapon kind of high as a gesture of a thank you and continues talking to his friend.
I'm staring at the Minotaur as I walk past, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, Terry, you have never actually seen a Minotaur in your life, have you?
No. Probably not, no.
They're not very common in Faerûn. They come from the Western Islands. This is a very glorious moment for you. You can see a big, broad, blue-skinned Minotaur, which usually in the tales they are either black, white, or brown. Or even reddish, but this one is blue. And he also says kind of a hello to you with his head, realizing that you're part of this party.
I just stare at him, keep on walking.
As you guys approach the Queen, by the way, Marcus, are you joining them or are you staying in the kitchens?
I was requested to stay here and have some breakfast, which is what I'm doing.
Well, as you approach the Queen, where did I put that? Where did I put that? Anyways, as you approach Loriana Oberskier, and she's talking to. By the way, for the new guys, this is Loriana Oberskier, the Queen of Cormyr. This is Vale.
This is a black guy?
This is a black guy, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen Vale in ages.
He's standing in the courtroom somewhere.
Is he dead or something?
No, he's standing in the courtroom.
Oh, shit.
Over here is Lady Brightmere with all of her glorious. faces and stuff. And for those of you who don't know, these are
Like
Grand
swear a lot of
Duchess Snadia van Dachsenbosch and Trumpus Donald Dember. Some of you might
You
know.
just love saying those names.
Yes.
So Loriano Brusky seems to be in a conversation with a certain knight. His armor does resemble the Glorious Sons, but in a more religious manner. And it's a bit more worn off than the pretty and very obvious armors of the Glorious Sons. As she sees you, she kind of turns and hushes you guys over.
Deshaun approaches.
Hello, my queen.
Why, hello to you too, dear friends. How was your rest?
It was fine, for me at least.
These two hooked up, and I point to Kel and Devon.
The queen just gesturally kind of smiles as she looks at both of them and continues talking to Deshaun. Well, since you're here right now, I do have a certain request for you.
What would it be?
Well, you see, right here, and she gestures to her right, to the knight. I have this Sir, what was it? Garrett?
Garrett Royce, my lady.
Garrett Royce, yes. You see, he's a former Glorious. Apparently, he and his commanding officer had a small breakdown of sorts, and he was expelled from the Glorious Sons for reasons that, to me, kind of alluded. Since he's looking for kind of jobs, and I know this man from the previous missions, I've heard his name before. Would you be so kind as to take him into your custody and help him out?
Deshaun looks at Garrett and what is his appearance?
Garrett, explain your appearance.
Amiria walks up to him. She lifts the visor and pulls his gum out and looks at his teeth.
Wait. You can't do all of that on a post. You can't resist, you know.
I know.
Garrett,
Do
do you resist?
That's what I'm intending to do.
Garrett, do you resist Amiria's attempt to check your teeth out?
Through mumbled lips, I ask if she'd buy me dinner first.
She doesn't.
It's just not me. I'll buy you ale, and I carry on inspecting. And I say, yeah, he's good. He can come.
Okay, Garrett, please explain your appearance and kind of.
Okay, in character or out of character?
You could do it both, out of character and character, as you wish.
Okay, so he's a knight, and he's tried to keep up his appearance, but his arm is still is scruffy and worn. He doesn't earn enough money from the odd job to repair it fully. He's got a very thick, shaggy beard, which you can see from under his visor.
Deshaun looks at Garrett.
You'll fit right in. We have all sorts.
As long as the pay's good.
Sir Garrett, these men here have helped Arabelle and the Kingdom of Cormyr multiple times already. They are honored guests, and you should be honored to join their infamous group.
Of course.
As for your dispute with the Lord Commander, see it as done for now. I mean, you've been expelled from the Glorious Sons, but I have known soldiers who've been expelled and returned. Do your best, serve your kingdom, serve the friends around you, and your position here might be available again.
Thank you for the opportunity, Queen.
You're welcome. As for the rest of you, Lady Brightmere should be in the gardens. And also, I believe the Grand Duchess wants to have a word with one of you. I can't recall on what.
All right.
Deshaun just starts heading over to the. I mean, I can see that she's over there on the map.
God damn. People keep interrupting me.
Did he just fly?
Yeah, he does that.
Just flew through the walls. unless there's something that happens on the way, my character is there.
Oh god, where do I mean to go?
They just
Just
constantly
on the
casting
left.
Misty Step.
We're coming in here.
Cast step.
Okay. At the end of the gardens, it's pretty lively here. Some of the poets sitting on a table next on a bench next to you, reading poetry to one of the pretty ladies, and a jester, is interrupting him with throwing bowls over his head in a sign of trying to impress the lady herself. To your right, you can see Lady Brightmere together with the Grand Duchess standing next to a certain character that you have not seen yet in these parts, a Dragonborn.
Well, first thing I'm doing is walking over to this lady. Are these men bothering you?
Oh no, I am quite amused.
Do you like either of them?
No, but this scenery is fine.
Ha! Would you prefer me?
Oh, that's brunt.
Yeah, I do that.
Where's Cal?
She kind of she lowers her head down and looks at you through, trying to lift her eyes up, as in a sense of partially wanting, but trying to resist the desire.
Well,
I just go and lay a hand on Cal's shoulder. Shouldn't you control your wife?
Shh! I get half of everything in the divorce.
Are you that poor?
I just say one more thing to the lady. I say, well, if you find yourself wanting, I am quite often in the castle, sleeping and bored.
Oh,
and my husband keeps sleeping round, so feel free to come anytime.
Do I hear this?
That's abominable.
Kind of lowers her head, trying cautiously not to shake from the excitement.
So on to business.
Deshaun greets the Duchess and Lady Brightmere.
Good morning, Duchess. Lady Brightmere.
Good morning, friends. How was your sleep after your latest endeavor?
Decent.
Cal and Dervon here hooked up.
Oh, they did, have they? This is wonderful news.
By the way, Lady Brightmere speaking.
I cast Mage Hand.
Cast Mage Hand.
And slap Ameria.
She goes,
Oh.
ow! Oh! I guess I deserved that.
Actions of consequences.
Oh shit!
Oh! Alright. Cool.
I know what happened.
Oh, wait a second. I need to see what. I don't remember what it does.
Wow!
What does a 20 give Terry? Do I need to get my pistol out or what?
Wait.
You'll see.
Who slapped him?
Okay, that's good.
Sorry.
Dervon, the mage, slapped Ameria, the one with the scythe, with Mage Hand.
Okay.
With a spectral hand, not a real hand.
With the natural 20, does that mean she knocked him
No,
over?
that was for
that's something else.
Me rolling for something else.
There are things in this group
You'll
you will never
find
understand, but until you play at least 3 matches.
Okay.
There are many character quirks.
You can see a Lady Brightmere
All of them
giggling
fun.
at the sight, and she approaches closer to Deshaun. Says,
I presume you are here for your reward. Am I correct?
Yes, we didn't get paid
Of course, we wanted you to rest and relax after this enormous fight you had. Not that you care much, you seem to be very, very healthy and all. Your reward will be given you in a second, though my lady here, the Grand Duchess, does have some kind of a proposition for you. I'll leave you to it. You can find me in the throne room.
and with that she puffs away.